between heaven and hell, there exists a distance that no one can cross. And Abraham tells the rich man, I cannot go. I cannot send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and to relieve your torments. Why? Because there is an infinite distance between heaven and earth, and it is ratified by the judgment of our Lord when he casts the damned souls into hell and when he accepts the blessed souls into heaven. And this distance cannot be fixed. There can be found no way. There will be no plane. There will be no boat. There will be no bridge that can be able to unite heaven and hell. They are separated forever and ever and ever. And this is final and absolute. And so for that rich man, poor as he is, now that he is forever suffering in hell, there is no remedy and no solution forever. But perhaps in this moment, you, my dear friend, here on earth, might be feeling, but I feel like I'm in hell. I feel like I am in a place of darkness. I feel like I am separated from God, that I am in sin. And I feel like there is a chasm between me and God. There is a great abyss, a great distance, which I don't know how to cross. Well, today, my dear friend, here on earth, I have good news for you, because there is a way to cross the chasm or the distance between wherever you are and however low you feel yourself to be and you actually are, and heaven. Because from earth, there is always a bridge to heaven. But before you become too excited, let me warn you what this bridge looks like. In the icon for this Sunday in the Maronite Church, we can see a boat with a soul in the boat, and it is crossing over a lake. But this lake, unlike the typical lake here on earth, which is made of water, this particular lake is made out of fire. And in order, my dear friend, for you to cross from your being distant from God to you entering into heaven, from wherever you are, you need to enter into the boat, which is the church. And you need to carry your cross. And the wood of that cross, as you carry it, it will carry you through the vast expanses of distance between your place, your sin, and between heaven. And so if you choose to get into that boat, you will enter into a lake, a realm, which in the afterlife we call purgatory, but which can begin even here on earth now, a time of purification by a great fire that will be not only under you as water is in a lake, but it will be over you and it will be around you. It will surround you completely, and it will even enter into your heart and into your mind. The fire of God's love that wants to purify you is going to enter into the depths of your heart, and it wants to penetrate every place, every aspect of you, every element of you, every character flaw, every imperfection, and perfect it with the love of God. Purgatory is a good news. It is the way in which sinners become saints. It is God's love transforming you out of the weakness that you are into the great son or daughter of God that He wants you to be finally and perfectly. And if you will allow our Lord to do this, if you will give Him the chance, If today you can say to him, Lord, I give you permission. Please, I will enter the boat. Please, Lord, here cut, here scourge. Spare me not in this life, but spare me in eternity. Then our Lord will begin your purification. He will begin your purgation. And this process will last for the rest of your life. And if you die in the grace of God, it might have to even go into purgatory, into a period of time after your life where you will continue to be purified and perfected until you are all pure. And when you finally enter into heaven, you will be like all of the saints. You will be perfected. There are in heaven no imperfect creatures. Everyone has been perfected by this great fire. And if today you are thinking to yourself, but I don't like that. I'm comfortable. I like my comfort. I like my pleasures. I like my life of sin. I don't even have the desire to convert my life. Well, I encourage you today to wake up from such a sad attitude, such a hopeless attitude, such a despairing attitude, and recognize that you are the son and daughter of God. What a great dignity you have. What a great thing God has done by creating you. What a great place He has set for you in heaven. What a great honor He has chosen you for by making you into His son and daughter, and calling you into life and into existence, and calling you to heaven. You have been honored to be created. Out of all the creatures that could have been created, it was you who was made. God is infinitely intelligent, and He could have made 1 billion people other than you, in place of you. But He chose you, and He elected you, and He has invited you, and He has died on the cross for you, so that you might go into heaven. He went through the most terrible fire, through the most terrible purification, not for Himself because He is God, but a kind of fire that has done away with every sin for His bride that is the church. Our Lord, in dying on the cross, has suffered so much so that you can take advantage of this purifying fire. And if on the way we become weak and we become tired and we feel like we cannot go on, in the Maronite icon for this Sunday, there is seen in the boat an altar with the body and blood of our Lord. And our Lord has left His own body and blood as your sustenance, as your viaticum, as your bread for the way, as you go from here to eternity. And when you are suffering, when you feel you cannot go on, it is the Eucharist that helps you to keep going, to remain strong and not to give up. And if you are really, really tired, if you are so lacking in initiative that you cannot start the way, then you can turn to Our Lady and ask her to help you.